Hi everyone, I'm Liz and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch for Flosstube episode 23. Hi everyone, hello and welcome back. It's been 2 weeks since I sat down and did a regular Flosstube. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Last week I filmed a live stitch with me, although I didn't really stitch, did I? If you attended, you know that I quickly gave up on stitching and just ended up telling stories and chit-chatting about stitching. And well, I actually think I accidentally ended up telling a bunch of embarrassing stories about my mom on Christmas vacation and laughing way too hard about it. So public apologies to my mom for that, but I think we had a really fun time. So thanks, Mom, for your service. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I posted it to my channel. It doesn't seem like a lot of people saw it, or maybe it's not your thing. That's fine too. But if you are interested in hearing our chats about Christmases past and seeing some Christmas stitching and hearing about my former life as a Etsy seller, you can pop over. I'll put a link in the description box if you want to check that video out. But thank you to everyone who came and chatted live and watched it back and left me lovely comments. I had a lot of fun doing that, and I feel like it's probably something I would do in the future as well if people wanted it. It was really fun to hang out with all of you guys, so thank you for that. So what have I been up to for 2 weeks? I have been making a lot of Christmas presents that I can't show you. My plan is to film and photograph all of the Christmas items I've been making to show you in next Sunday's video after they've been gifted. So I can share with you all the fun stuff I've made, because some of it's sitting in front of me and it's frustrating that I can't just show it to you, but I know the people would watch this and they would see their gifts. So I'm gonna hold off till next Sunday, but that's fun. That's kind of what I've been up to the past 2 weeks, was finishing up Christmas gifts and of course doing some personal fun stitching and sewing and quilting. I'm gonna walk through, I have some FFOs to show you. I refinished a project this week. I did some quilts. There's gonna be a hefty little quilt corner at some point in this video. Oh, I've got a really fun giveaway for you this week. Just spoiler alert, it's $50 to the Tinsmith's Wife, my favorite LNS. And yeah, we'll talk more about that at the end of the video, but stay tuned if you wanna win $50 to the best needlework shop in the world. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get into finishes. Let's do it. Okay, but first, I promised you guys in my live video a sequined Christmas sweater, so I hope everybody appreciates Fancy Santa and the puff balls. I love this. I love this sweater so much. I think I bought it as like in the ugly sweater section of ASOS, but no, I love this. It's like super lightweight, thin, which is perfect for Texas. It's got the little puff balls, sequin Santa. It's great. It's perfect. So Santa's gonna be, it looks like he's just like peeking over the edge of the video. So Santa will be with me today. Okay, let's start with an FFO. I stitched Cats Love Christmas by Lindy Stitches, which is just the cutest pattern. And I finished it. Oh, I love this. Cats Love Christmas. I changed the colors to reflect my orange birdie and ginger and black Diego. I don't think I used a single called for color. One, because I don't think I had any of them. And two, because I wanted to change the colors of the cats. So I just pulled my favorite Christmas red, which is Licorice Red by Classic Colorworks, And I think this green is Bayberry by Weeks. And then I use DMC, I think it was like 3826 for my orange and 3371 for my black. And yeah, I love how this turned out. And then I used a brick, I think it's brick. Yeah, brick by Lady Create Pom Pom. Oh, the fabric. This fabric is a 32 count Weeks Seafoam. So I stitched this 2/2, and I wanted to use the seafoam, so I did the 2/2. And then when I got done, I realized it's a little bit big. I mean, it's not too big, but it's a little bit bigger than I like to make my ornaments. So I decided to just pillow finish it so it could sit in my little pillow bowl. And I just love how it turned out. I posted some photos over on Instagram. If you want to see how it looks with the rest of my Christmas decor, I love it. So yeah, that was a super fun stitch. That's Cats Love Christmas. So next up is a project that I actually re-FFO'd. I showed you this project several weeks ago, and I pulled it out because I had kind of told you guys, I think I might want to refinish this in some way, but I wasn't really sure how I wanted to approach it or what I wanted to do. And I was actually watching Michelle Farm Girl, and she showed one of her Christmas stitches that was done as a wall hanging. And it just all clicked. And I looked at my Christmas, so it's Christmas rules. And I looked over at my Christmas rules and I just thought, yep, I'm a quilter. Why don't I just make a quilted wall hanging? Because that's what I wanted, a long skinny piece on the wall for Christmas rules. And I didn't love the board I had finished it on and the bow. And I tried to be Priscilla and I'm not. I just don't have those skills. I don't know how to put bows and picks and stuff together. And I had tried it on Christmas rules. I'll put a picture of the before, which honestly, it's fine. It looks cute, but it just wasn't working for me. And when I saw Michelle's, I wish I could remember what she did, but I think she posted her video on YouTube now. I had watched it before on Patreon, but she had posted her Christmas finish as a wall hanging. And I was like, yep, and I right then and there, I went and like tore apart my Christmas rules, and I was like, I'm refinishing this. So let me show you what I did. That was a lot of talk. I'm gonna have to edit some. This video is gonna be like 100 years long. I hope you're ready. Christmas rules. Oh my gosh. Can't really get it. Oh, there's almost all of it. Guys, I love how this turned out. I'll just give you some little close-ups. I'm sure you've all seen this. These are 6 Lizzie Kate patterns that you put together to make the Christmas rules, and the header and the border, bottom border information are available still online as a blog post, and you can download the PDF if you need the topper and the bottom pattern. Yeah, so I just grabbed from my Christmas fabric stash a little red and white polka dot and these peppermints that I've been hoarding. I love this peppermint fabric. And I just decided to do a quilted wall hanging, and I'm obsessed. I love how it turned out. So I made I sewed on the borders, and then I made a quilt sandwich, and I just did some you can't even really see, but I just did some little straight line quilting in the borders to hold everything together. And then I cut a piece of backing, which are these little ornaments, and I laid right sides together, sewed, flipped inside out, and then top stitched the edge rather than do a traditional binding, because I wanted just these 2 fabrics on the front of the wall hanging. I didn't want to add a binding, so I just did, I think it's called an envelope style finish, where you flip inside out and top stitch rather than add a binding. So yeah, that's my new Christmas rules finish. I do think I want to get some kind of fun hanger for this, specific to hold this on the wall. But for now, since I don't have anything and I wanted to display it, I just used little straight pins to attach it to the wall so I can enjoy it this Christmas season. And then next year, I think I might be on the lookout for some kind of cool wall hanging holder. Yeah, So that's my refinish of Christmas Rules. Those were all the finishes that I can show you this week. So let me move on to all the whips that I can show you this week. The first thing is All Joys for Thine by Blackbird Designs. I continued working on this one. I am fully obsessed and love it. And I'm gonna talk 2021 plans in a little while, but the next 2-week plans, I think I'm gonna try and get this done by the end of the year. And I think it's totally doable. So here is where I'm at with All Joys for Thine. I just love it. You can see I am working with, oh, I have the camera farther away from me right now just because I wanted to get more of Santa in the frame, and now I like don't know where to hold my cross stitch. I'm all out of whack. Oh, and I got a needle poking out. Oh, you take 1 week off and everything falls apart. Okay, so here is All Joys for Thine, which I guess I also could have ironed, but you know, I'm not a professional here. I completed the top. I think I had completed the top 2 weeks ago when I showed this to you. I don't know, I didn't go back and watch. But I have now worked my way across the bottom and am more than halfway done with the bottom section. So this definitely, I think, can become a finish over the next 2 weeks while I'm off work. Oh yeah. So I'm using all of the called for colors, and I'm stitching mine on 40 count bee's knees from Seraphim fabrics, and just absolutely loving this. Cannot wait to frame it. I'm definitely going to order a custom size frame, but since it's so small, I'm going to frame this one myself. So yeah, I can't wait. So next up was a brand new start, and this was the Minty and Mary Sal that Brenda Gervais released on Facebook a week ago, I think at this point. And I was gonna try and keep up with it that week, but I was really in the thick of working on Christmas gifts and I just couldn't keep up. So I've gotten a lot of it done. Maybe half, I don't know. But I definitely want to finish this. I just don't know if it'll be this year. I printed the pattern, so I have it, and I will finish this one at some point, but it's just so stinking cute. So here was my start on the Mary and Minty Sal by Brenda Gervais. And I have seen so many cute finishes of this. Everyone was stitching along with this, and it is excellent. I cannot believe she offered this pattern for free. I love it. There's been so many good free patterns this year. I don't know if I just didn't notice them last year, but I feel like this year, even more so, there's so many great Christmas patterns. Hands On Design released that little wreath that says Mary. I've printed, I've wanted to start that every day since I saw it, but I'm like, Elizabeth, there's no more time to finish anything before Christmas. Stop starting things. That doesn't stop me because I do have another new start. I don't know why I think I have all the time in the world, but there have just been so many great free patterns, and I love them all. And so I've been collecting those, and they're going to go into my Christmas box of stitching to pull out during Jolly July or next fall when I want to stitch Christmas again. So anyways, this is Mary and Minty. I am using a 36 count Lakeside vintage Chantilly cream, and I am using all of the called for colors, the Fancy Floss and the DMC. Funnily enough, I had all the Fancy Floss readily available, but had one of the DMCs needed. My DMC collection is not as good as my Fancy Floss collection, apparently. So I think the last time I ran into Hobby Lobby in person was the Monday morning the sale started, so I could get my DMC. And oh my gosh, it was a Monday morning and it was insanity in Hobby Lobby. And I was like, okay, nope, I'm done with Hobby Lobby for the rest of the year. So yeah, I don't know if y'all have been crazy. I have, ever since then, it was a couple of weeks ago, right? Maybe 2 weeks ago. And I just haven't wanted to leave the house since then. It's, you know, COVID numbers have gone up. It's already, it's Christmas season, so it gets busier anyways. And I was like, nope, that's okay. I don't need to leave my house. So I got my DMCs started my Mary and Minty, and I've been in the house ever since. Okay, so the next thing that I worked on this week was my Christmas garden by Blackbird Designs. This is what I tried to stitch on during my stitch with me. I put about 4 stitches in and gave up stitching. It was so hard to do while talking. I wanted to read all the comments that were coming in, so I just couldn't look down. And I was like, well, how am I supposed to stitch if I can't look down? So yeah, let me show you my Christmas garden. This camera position, I like can't see what I'm doing. I love this. I'm still just trying to work my way across the top. I worked more on bringing the border down and all these little corner motifs and finishing off the big center flower pot. Oh, I just love this. I started this on September 1st with Celeste from Celeste Creates, and just, was it last night, Celeste? She finished her Christmas garden. Go look on Instagram. I'll link her Instagram below. She completely finished her Christmas garden. It is beautiful. Oh, I'm so far behind and I need to catch up because seeing hers finish is just like the motivation I need. I'm gonna keep working on this for sure throughout, you know, the rest of this year and into next. Yeah. I'm stitching mine on 36 count Picture This Plus sand, and I changed my red to Ruby Slippers and my gold to Bee's Knees. The last whip I have this week to show you is actually a new start, and it's one I was talking about in my live video last weekend and saying that I wanted to start immediately because I had all the supplies, so I started it. And it comes to us from the Deck the Halls Strawberry book from Blackbird Designs. And I started the Christmas Cactus, which is this little strawberry, and that's the little design. And I love it. It's not super cactusy to me. I don't know, maybe there's, I mean, I know prickly pears flower. I don't know how many cactuses flower like this though, do they? Because that's beautiful. Anyways, love this one. That's the one I started with. And I was actually hoping I would have this done last night, but I had a little less time to stitch last night than I thought. So here is where I got on my Christmas cactus. I'm using all of the called for flosses, are all Weeks Dye Works flosses, including my very favorite red, which is Aztec red, and then some baked apple, olive, Oscar, palomino, all the classic Weeks Dye Works colors. And I am using a piece of 36 count limestone that I had over dyed with some brown and tan Rit dye. This is the fabric I had used, or I am using, for Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. So I used the leftover from my fat half to start stitching a strawberry on it. I know I left myself a lot of room on the sides, but there wasn't going to be room for 2 strawberries, so I just started in the center for this one. And yeah, this is 36 count, so I'm stitching 1 over 2. Okay, so one matter of old business before we move into some 2021 plans I want to share with you. I had offered up this project bag as a giveaway 2 videos ago, and I pulled a winner last Saturday after my live video, and the winner was Betty Jo. And I had posted that on YouTube as kind of like a status update, but Betty, I don't think you ever saw it because I haven't heard from you. So this is last call. Betty Jo, if you could let me know, email me that you won. I've also commented on your comment, so contact me. If I don't hear from you by next video, I'll redraw and give the video, or give the bag to the next person who entered. So yes, just a heads up if you want your bag. It already has some goodies in it. Email me. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about 2021 plans. I don't make a lot of plans or rules for my crafting and stitching because I'm bad about sticking to them, and who wants to set goals they know they're never gonna hit. But I'm gonna try something this year. I'm gonna make some plans. For first off, if you haven't seen, Becca from Sambry Stitches did an interview with me for her Flosstuber interview series, and she posted that this morning. So in that video, we had talked about how we both were loving stitching all of our Christmas stuff, but couldn't wait to get back to samplers. I have so many sampler whips. I showed you a few videos ago all of my Blackbird sampler whips, and back in Sampler September, I started 4 new ones. So I definitely have a lot of sampler whips and I want to get back to them all because what I've been stitching on this past month or two has just, I mean, I've been working on Christmas Garden and Y'all Joyce for Thine, but I haven't touched like my Land That I Love or my Consider the Lilies or all of the beautiful new samplers that I started during Sampler September. So I decided that for myself this year, January and February, I'm going to call Samplerary. I'll put the hashtag on the bottom of the screen of what I've decided I want to do with Samplerary. And I mentioned this in my live last week, and I think some of you guys might want to join me, but I'm not going to make any hard and fast rules about it. But for me, it's just going to be that January and February, I don't really feel like I want to start anything new. There's no charts that I'm going to kit up. There's nothing that I know of that I'm really going to want to start in January and February. I do have a New Year's start, but let's ignore that. We're talking about 2021. So it's not going to be that I'm not going to allow myself to start anything new, especially if I want to work on the January or February word plays to replace my December one. But I just feel like I have so many great samplers that need to get stitched on that I want to work on because I've been focused so heavily on my Christmas stitching, which I've loved, but you know, I'm just missing my samplers and I want to get back to them. And so I feel like if I'm focused on stitching all of my sampler whips and working my way through some of those and getting some finishes, I have a couple that are close to finishes. So I'm hoping I can get a couple done in the next 2 months. And I think that'll just prevent me from shopping and kitting things up and wanting to start new things because I'll be so focused on all of my samplers. So it's real loose. I'm just calling it Samplerary as a focus on samplers and just as a way to prevent me from starting new things because I have so many great whips. And on that note, I will do a whip parade. I know I did one in August, early August. So if you've watched that one, maybe, you know, I mean, I have added to it since then, but you've probably seen all of them. But anyways, I think I will do kind of like an end of year wrap up and whip parade. Right now I have 34. I'm hoping that number will shrink by 1 or 2 by the end of the year, but I do have 34, which is more than the 12 I started the year with by a lot, right? Flosstube has definitely enabled me to start a bunch more things this year, but that's okay. So yeah, so those are kind of my loosey-goosey 2021 plans for now, Samplerary. And yeah, I'll show you all those sampler whips. Probably, you know, I'm off till January 5th, so I'm gonna guess sometime between Christmas and New Year's I'll film the whip parade, so be on the lookout for that. Okay, let's talk about quilts for a minute because I have 2 to share with you today. Well, first let me just start out with, I quilted Rob's quilt yesterday. Long arm quilted it. It's not complete yet. I still have to bind it and wash it and then give it to him on Christmas. So I'm not going to show you the full completed quilt, but I'll insert a little clip of the quilting I did yesterday. I set myself the deadline by scheduling the quilting appointment. And so this past week I had a schedule of what I had to get done every single day to meet my deadline, and I did it. So yay me. I am so sick of sewing with black and gray fabric. I think the quilt turned out beautifully, but no more boy quilts for a little while. I need some more happy and cheerful quilts in my life. Not that this isn't happy, it is, but I'm like, I mean, like you can't tell, I'm such a color person. So yeah, black and gray is my nightmare. Okay, so the first completed quilt that I want to share with you is one that my mom pieced and that I long arm quilted a few weeks ago. And I had shared with you some in progress photos and the quilting that I did, but my mom finally got the quilt bound and washed and all ready to go. And so I had her take a video and pictures of the quilt that I could share with you, because I think it turned out just so beautifully. And the pattern for that quilt I wanted to share. So I get these, let's see, I'll show you the label. It's called like Quarterly Club Kit, I think, for Ruby Star Society from the Fat Quarter Shop. And they come with a pattern and a thread. So I think this pattern is exclusive to this pattern, or I mean to this club. It doesn't say for sure, but I think this is exclusive. I don't know, but I'm going to show you the pattern in case it is available on Fat Quarter Shop's website, because I think it's an awesome pattern. It's called Twizzle. And with the fabrics included, that's what the quilt would look like there. My mom used a leftover Fat Quarter bundle that I had used on a previous Christmas quilt. So that's what she had used to piece hers together. And I just think it turned out amazing and stunning. And so that is the quilt that my mom pieced that I long arm quilted for her. And then the next quilt is one that I made that I have not been able to share with you because, well, I mean, I completed this quilt, I think in August, and I haven't been able to share because it was a gift for my sister, Lynn, who lives in Dubai. And she and her family flew here last Saturday and now have joined our bubble. And I was able to give her her Christmas quilt. It wasn't a Christmas gift. It wasn't intended to be a Christmas gift, just a Christmas quilt gift. And so when she got here, what day did she get here? The 12th. I immediately gave it to her because she needed a Christmas quilt to snuggle throughout the Christmas season. So I can show it to you because now she has it. And I did a snowball block, just, you know, the rounded corners to make little snowballs. And they kind of look like, I mean, they look like ornaments. That's kind of what I was going for, was just a round Christmas print. And I used, did I use a layer cake? I don't think I did. I think I used fat quarters or fat eighths and just cut squares and just used Moda Snow or Kona Snow? Moda Bella Snow? I don't remember. One of the not quite bright whites for all the sashing, and I just love how it turned out. I used kind of like a broken candy cane stripe for the binding, and yeah, I just love it. I love it, love it. And I haven't been able to share it with you guys for so long. So yeah, here is the Christmas quilt that I made. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some haul and then a giveaway. So stick around for the end for the giveaway because it's good and it'll help you get some New Year, New Start purchases going maybe. Which, oh, I'll include that at the end, but I do have a New Year, New Start. I'll grab it later. Okay, haul. I did some Etsy fabric purchasing and got some fun stuff. This is a Las Vegas Christmas print, which if you watch my live, you know, we did a Las Vegas Christmas trip one year and absolutely loved it. And I just could not resist this Las Vegas Christmas fabric. I don't know if I'm going to use it in a quilt or if it's going to become a project bag. It's a 2019 Alexander Henry print. It's called Viva Vegas Holiday. And so I just found this on Etsy and I love it. And then I grabbed, let's see, some little kittens for maybe a project bag, and these funky little hearts, which I think is also an Alexander Henry. So love some Etsy fabric diving. Okay, so then I went over to Brenda Gervais' website, Country Stitches Online, and picked up the last remaining word plays that I needed to complete my collection. So I got January, which I really should start soon if I want it done. It's probably not. I have a feeling I'm gonna kind of do an every other month thing, and then I'm just gonna move on to February, and December will just stay until I finish February. We'll see what happens. I already had February, so then I got, let's see, March and April and I got August, and I think now I have them all. So stitch 2, I got 10 more to go. I also, this was inspired by Bumble Stitches. If you haven't been watching her Vlogmas, they're great. They're so cute. I love watching them every day. But in one of her Flosstubes, probably a month ago, she showed some of these kits from Refinished, and I've seen them before, and I just was like, yep, I need it. Actually, I don't even know if she showed the kit. I think she showed her stitched piece that she made into one of these bags. Now I'm forgetting. But anyways, I went on Refinished website and I bought these project bag kits with the printed fabric panels. It comes with the fabric you need to make the outside of this bag. You can see the fabric and the pattern are in here. And so this one is Stitcher's Rule, which is so cute. And then I bought Stitcher's Lingo, which I think this is the one that Nicola had stitched, like a pattern like this, and then made the project bag. But this is just a printed fabric panel that I'm gonna turn into a bag. Oh, sorry for the glare. So anyways, I'm not sure when these will get done, but I wanted the kits. So I went on her website and got a couple of those. Oh, hooray. So I had mentioned some trouble with the mail a few videos ago and how a piece of Brenda's brew that I had ordered from the Tinsmith's wife had never showed up. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, it finally showed up. So now I have 2 beautiful fat quarters of Brenda's brew from R&R. So not sure what I'll use the second piece for yet, but it'll get, you know, it's a beautiful color. Let me open it up. Here is Brenda's brew. Just a really lovely kind of warm neutral. So now I've got 2 fat quarters of it. One of them, spoiler alert, my new year, new start, one of them's gonna get used. Okay, so the last thing that I got was another order from the Tinsmith's wife that I ordered a few days ago, and that was the new Winds of Autumn book from Blackbird Designs. I know a lot of people have been showing us this in their videos recently, so I won't do a flip through, but everything in this book is gorgeous, including this beautiful Sisters sampler. I could never do it as a sister sampler because there's no way 4 names are gonna fit on this. Maybe I could chart them over one, I don't know. But I do love this sampler and definitely want to stitch it, but I'm not sure what I'll do with the names. Maybe I'll just pick my favorite sister. Just kidding. That'd be terrible. Yeah, there's just so many gorgeous projects. Oh yeah, this is the one I am desperate to do. Is the big giant Winds of Autumn strawberry bird. It's so cute. So cool. So Winds of Autumn. And then I also ordered the new Brenda Gervais Best Time of the Year. This is so cute. And it uses a lot of DMC. I think that green is a DMC. It's like mostly DMC and a few fancy flosses. This is absolutely beautiful. And I had just ordered these little snowflake buttons from Lindy for the Mr. Marshmallow that Brenda Gervais released earlier this year. So perfect. I already have the little buttons I need to do this little guy. It says, "Have a holly jolly Christmas." And the pattern is the best time of the year. That's so cute. I love this. I want to stitch it right now, but it's about to be Christmas. No, this is for next year. And then I just got a skein of hazelnut that I needed for another pattern. So that was the haul, y'all. Should I share with you my new year, new start? I don't even know why I keep calling it that, because I'm gonna start it probably on Christmas or the next, I don't know, sometime on my break. I had my last day of work on Friday. I took Monday through Wednesday off this next week because I didn't have a lot of stuff that needed to get done in the next 3 days, so I took them off. So I have a full 2 weeks off of work, which is spectacular. I don't ever take a 2-week vacation during the year. Normally, I know, like I have a lot of coworkers who grew up like in India or overseas, and they'll take 2 weeks off to go visit family and stuff. I find 2-week vacation stressful because when I come back, there's so much to do that I wish I hadn't left, which sucks. But so, anyways, but the one time a year that I do 2 weeks, or I try, is over the Christmas break, because usually we get about a week or a week and a half off, depending on how the holiday falls. And then I just tack on a few extra days and just have like a blissful 2 weeks of couch naps and movies and stitching and quilts, and yeah, it's great. So that's what I just started on Friday, and I am already, you know, dreading January 5th. Don't think about that. Anyways, so my new start for the break, let me get it. Ready to be shocked. Just kidding. It's Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. Oh, it's beautiful. I bought this a while ago from Lindy with my not beach brew, Brenda's brew. And so I've got my Brenda's brew, and I've got almost all of the flosses. I'm waiting on a couple more to arrive. I had a hard time finding conch. I'm gonna try and do all the called for. I know people have been changing it up, but I've got the called for fabric. I've got almost all of the called for flosses, so I think I'm just gonna try and go called for and see if there's anything I feel like I really need to change as I stitch. But I think I'm just gonna go for it, and I can't wait. I love these reds. Cayenne, mulberry, and used brick are the ones I have so far. I think I'm missing maybe 2 other pinks, but oh, they're beautiful. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting this one. My wood rose is super orange. I feel like, I don't know, it's supposed to be slightly pinker. We'll see. I'm just gonna go for it with the called for colors and see how it goes. So I'm very excited to start this one over the break. I don't know if I'll have it started for my next video or if I'll start it, who am I kidding? I'm sure I'm gonna start this. I'm about to have so many lazy days. I'm sitting around. I know I don't even know why I'm pretending like I'm not gonna start this like in a few days. I will, I bet. So I'll show it to you next week. Okay, let's get into the giveaway. I feel like this video is probably really long, so let's keep it moving. Let's do the fun giveaway, and then we can say goodbye, and you can go watch my interview with Becca if you want, if you're missing, if you need more of me. So I reached out to Wendy from the Tinsmith's Wife yesterday on Instagram, and I said, hey, I want to give a $50 gift card to your shop, to one of my viewers. I was like, you're my favorite shop, which she knows, I DM her all the time. I was like, can I buy one that I can give electronically that somebody, you know, could then use on your website or call and use? And she was like, yep. And she's like, and I'm gonna pay for it. And I was like, what? No. I was like, let me pay for it. She didn't. She just emailed me a $50 gift card. Thank you, Wendy. So one of you lucky guys is gonna get to win a $50 gift card to the best shop in the world. She has full needlework supplies, cross stitch supplies. I'm sorry, not needlework, needlepoint. Full like needlepoint canvases, fibers, a full range of every cross stitch pattern you could want, and all of the flosses, and also an incredible yarn shop full of knitting supplies. So if any of those crafts are your jam, which I'm sure they are because you're here watching this video, I'm sure there's wonderful things you can find to buy in her shop. So what I'm gonna do for this giveaway is link her website down below so you can go get a look if you want. And everything's not listed on her website, so she's a full, you know, full service cross stitch shop. So you can call her also and ask her, you know, or DM her on Instagram, email her, and find out, you know, if she has something you're looking for, like that new Winds of Autumn book would be a great option. You know, she's got all the things. So to enter this giveaway, you must be subscribed to my channel and give the video a thumbs up and then leave a comment. And all you have to do in your comment so that I know that you want to be entered is list the store name, which is The Tinsmith's Wife. So I'm going to link her shop in my show notes, and you can go over and see how to spell that correctly. Tinsmith, apostrophe S, Tinsmith's Wife. And if that phrase is in your comment, then I'll know you want to be entered to win the giveaway. So that's it. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Festivus for the rest of us. Yeah, I have had so much fun doing these videos. This has definitely made 2020 brighter than it has a right to be, right? I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who has watched and left a comment or followed me on Instagram and sent me, a friendly DM. I have had the best time getting to know so many people in this cross-stitch community and getting to sit down and talk about what I work on and talk about it with people who like the same things and want to hear what I've been up to. And it's just, Celeste called it in her video the other day, show and tell. It's just fun adult show and tell, right? Like I am like, look what I made, look what I'm working on. And you guys are like, ooh, that's cool. What about this? And I'm like, yes, let me go do that. It's just show and tell, and I love it so much. And I'm so grateful that you are all here. And I'm so happy that I could give another fun giveaway, $50 for cross stitch supplies or needlepoint or knitting or whatever you want to use it for. So I hope everybody is having the best holiday season that they can make happen this year. I wish you all love and light, and I will see you next week. Thank you for watching. Bye.